What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 12th day of October, and here we are 2 days after the wicked events from the 10th of October. The aftermath is settling, the dust is settling right now. It is possible that we could go lower, but I do believe that in a short enough time we will probably snap back to where we were before this drop happened, and then we'll be back on our merry way to new all-time highs. By the standards of this chart, you guys, we went all the way down to like $1.38. That's just crazy. Like 238 now. Imagine you just had a buy order set up there. You're like, it'll probably never go there, but screw it. I'll put 10K down here. Like you just killed it. You just killed it in a very, very short amount of time. Anyways, a thought that I might carry forward in my next cycle is like just have some dry powder in some low-lying fruit buy orders that you never think would happen, but then in the event of like a flash crash, it might happen, right? Because we've seen flash crashes happen plenty of times, right, throughout the cycle. This one was very intense, and I don't think we've seen one this intense in a very long time, but you know, flash crash is literally defined as this, right? You just crash down, and then you come right back up. It's a little shakeout. It's really not, I wouldn't even attribute it as a black swan event. People are calling this a black swan event. I think this is just liquidations getting shaken out, or leverage trades getting shaken out, leverage trades getting liquidated. Why can't I talk? XRP. It's because I haven't eaten for 3 days. I mean it, guys. I meant it. I'm going on a hunger strike until we're at new all-time highs. All right. I literally am. I'm at like 3.5 days fasting right now. No eating. Can't you tell? Aren't I glowing? Anyways, I blame that on the reason why I can't talk. XRP 1 day time frame here. If we're looking at this here right now, you're up about really only that much. Oh, no, it's the 30-day time frame that I was thinking of. The 30-day, you've got about $1.3 billion in shorts. That's what I was looking at. The amount of shorts put on XRP right now are immense. You're going to see a short squeeze. You're going to see this rip back to the upside, no problem. In fact, most of these shorts get cleared out at about $3.20, right? Most of them get cleared out at $3.20. That's where this last line of kind of defense is. And I mean, all of them get cleared out at about $3.50. So I would think that you have enough fuel in the tank to launch you higher. It's just, are you doing that today, tomorrow? You know, maybe it's sometime next week. Maybe it's the following week. We could definitely consolidate here for a little bit. You know, if we look at this last flash crash that we had on February 3rd back here earlier this year, we kind of just consolidated for a little bit, for about a week, and then we moved up. Inevitably, we were in a downtrend overall, so we did move lower. I don't think that we're going to move lower from here. I think that, you know, maybe we move lower like a little bit from here, but I think that once we move up, we're not going to move lower. We're going to be moving higher to new all-time highs, stuff like that. Looking at the 1 hour time frame, let's zoom in a little bit, looking at this here, and maybe on something with some volume on it. There's a lot of volume. A lot of volume on that day, my friends. How much volume was that there? $200 million. That's crazy. Just on one exchange, too. That was just on Binance. It's crazy, right? Definitely stop hunting. Definitely clearing out anybody who's in a long position, because the exchanges don't want to pay you out, man. Whenever you're making money, they don't want to pay you out. They want to clear out your gains. More for them, right? More for them. 1 hour time frame here. RSI looks bearish. You're actually at an area that you've rejected the last few times here. So stochastics look bearish right here. I mean, bullish overall right now, but bearish at the moment. I would think that we do come down a little bit, and that's okay. 21 minutes left in this 1 hour candle. What about from a high to a low here? What did we do? That was not the high. Got to be specific. Let's get it right on the high there. High to low. Golden ratio tipped. You just missed it. Maybe you're not moving lower. Maybe you will hold support here. Let's look at the 15-minute. It's dicey. Like, sure, you might move down a little bit. Do you go lower than this low? That's the question. I don't know. I'll give you some if-then statements. At this point in time, I'm not expecting that you go below that low. So maybe a higher low, something at about $2.33, $2.35. You're at $2.38 right now. But if I'm wrong and you do go below that low, it's not a problem. Go below that low. Go down to like $2.30, $2.20 itself, so somewhere in that area. $2.20, $2.30 is probably where you'd find support, right? A little ABC correction here, but I don't know if that would fit as an ABC right here. I guess I am calling for you to go lower from here, but I don't think you'll go below this low at 231. But if you do, 230 to 220 is the area that you'll look to find support. And if you happen to go below there, it'll probably be so short-lived you won't even notice if it does, and it won't matter. It'll be insignificant. just like right now, it's pretty insignificant that you went all the way down here. Like, it's a big deal that you went down to $1.30, but it's insignificant. It's irrelevant because we know we're not going back down there. 4-hour time frame here. Bullish divergence on the RSI. I like that. Maybe you come down, you get a slightly lower low. Maybe you do go below this low. Maybe you do close just a little bit below that low there. You further that bullish divergence. You get another tick up, and then we move higher. Something like that could happen. And I would think that once we do move higher, which if it's not today, the 12th, maybe tomorrow, the 13th, maybe the next day, the 14th, maybe the next day. Once we figured ourselves out down here, configured ourselves, I would think that we move back up to this area relatively immediately, like something in this zone here, which is between about $2.80 to $2.95. So something in there, rather, like it's going to be just like that. It'll be just as we move down, it'll be as we move up. It'll be a very, very fast movement up. If not fast, then somewhat consistent, something like that. But I would expect that that's our next stopping point, is about 280 to 295, something in that area there. The stochastics look bullish, if I'm being fair. The MACD is bearish beyond all belief. This tells me, looking at the MACD, I would think that we get one more pip, right, like this. You see how it's red, dark red here? And then it's light red. We got one more pip, one more red, like deep red, and then we cross green. I would think we get one more red here, like a higher low red with a lower low in the price. So maybe we do go a little bit lower on this 4-hour candle. But the question remains, do we go below this low? I don't know. Don't count on it, but if we do, that's a clear buy signal. Anything below these areas here, anything below $2.30 is a clear buy signal. You won't have that opportunity probably ever again. You are at the end of a massive downtrend in your 4-hour RSI, right? We've got lower lows and lower highs. Typically, these downtrends end in the oversold zone with bullish divergence, which you have right now. So if you do go lower, it's not going to be by much. And the time that we have down here is not long-lived at all. You're definitely going to be moving up in a very short amount of time here, you guys. Daily time frame, looking at this, massive sell-off, oversold. This is the first time that XRP's been oversold. This is the most XRP's been oversold since like April of 2024. Even then, you haven't been this oversold on a daily time frame, really. Or more oversold than this, I should say, since August of 2023, September of 2023, April 2024, July 2024. You're just a little bit lower, though, than these levels here. Crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. Let's just see what happened the last couple of times that you were down this low. I forget, did we do this in the last video? I don't think we did. Maybe for some other cryptos, but not for this one. So yeah, here with your, what was probably the lowest reading that we saw on the RSI on the daily time frame, right here, you bounced, you moved sideways, and then inevitably you came back up, right? Very, very boring though. And this was during XRP's boring phase, but both of these moments you can see had relative recovery like relatively immediately. Here, same thing, right? The low point of the RSI, I didn't draw it on there properly. It was actually at the low point of the price as well. It should have been like right there. You recovered, you kind of moved sideways and then you recovered a little bit, but just very, very boring. Moved sideways for a bit and then you moved up higher. So same kind of idea here, but we're in a different circumstance altogether. I would think that while we do probably move sideways a little bit, I would think that we move up higher and we probably don't move lower, or we don't move sideways for months to come. We're probably on the precipice of breaking out to new all-time highs. That's more my thought right now. But XRP looks really good here, you guys. I want to fix this volume because it's being weird. $2.39 right now, 10 hours, 15 minutes left in this day. Daily time frame is the most oversold that it's been in over a year. Stochastics look bullish here. The MACD is bearish, to be fair. And the RSI is bearish as well, but both are kind of implying that we're going to see some upside here pretty soon. So we don't really get this low on the oscillators, right? If we look at this with the MACD, the last time we were this low with the oscillators, whoops, that's not what I meant to do. It's like back here, back in April, which that was our low point. If you guys remember, that was our low point in the markets right there. Right back here. That was the last time we were this low in the oscillators. We've got a very deep red histogram here. Even though it's bearish right now, the MACD is kind of a lagging indicator. It might not be telling the truth. And the RSI being the most oversold it's been since April, I would expect again that we're at a low point. I don't think that we go too much lower. If we go lower at all, again, 230 to 220 would be the target area that we find support. And soon enough, we should be rallying up to about I think 280 to 295 area, consolidate there a little bit, and then continue to rally. That'd be my guess. New all-time highs either by the end of October still. Yes, we could see new all-time highs by the end of October, or perhaps sometime in November. That could be the case as well. And we should be rallying all the way up. Nothing could stop us. We're all the way up. All the way up, you guys. Let's see here. Hold on. We don't have enough history to go off of what I'm trying to do here. There we go. More history. From a high to a low, I would expect and do expect that XRP sees prices all the way up at about $13.56 or more by the end of this year. I think that we're going to hit this pink line, maybe even go just a little bit above there. Going into the end of the cycle, we should see a $40 to a $70 price in XRP. That's my expectation by April or May of 2026. I don't have anything else for you guys. I just wanted to get on here and talk about what I'm expecting over the coming days. The main kind of the main kind of moral of this video is that we soon will probably snap back to where the drop initiated. We'll configure ourselves up there, and then maybe going into the end of this month, we'll break out. If we're not at new all-time highs by the end of the month, then surely in November we should see new all-time highs. I have nothing else for you. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all. Take care. Bye-bye.